If you're on the wait list at your dream MBA program, I know it can feel discouraging, and I know that you have a lot of questions. So let's talk about what does being on the wait list mean, and what is within your power that you can do to increase your chances of being admitted off the wait list. Being put on the wait list means that there are a lot of things about your candidacy that the admissions committee found appealing. They really probably saw things in your background, in your experience, in your statistics too, that were appealing to them, that were something that really potentially warranted admission. But what really wasn't there is you weren't sufficiently competitive at that point in time compared to the rest of the applicant pool. So the admissions committee needs a little bit more time and potentially to see some improvements in your candidacy so that you can become competitive compared to the rest of the class that's shaping up at their program that year. So what can you do to improve your odds? The very first thing that you absolutely must do is read very carefully the instructions that were sent to you when you're notified of your waitlist decision. Most often, the program will ask you to confirm your interest in staying on the wait list, and this is the very first thing you should do. In whatever mode they're suggesting you do this, write back to them or go on your portal and indicate that you want to remain on the wait list. That is the very first thing you need to do immediately. But after that, you need to take pause a little bit. Again, read very carefully what the instructions are and what are the kind of updates that the admissions committee might encourage you to send their way for further consideration. And then take a few days and really assess your candidacy and be very critical about realistically determining what are your weak areas and how you can possibly improve them. Some are fairly obvious. If your test score is way below the average, you should consider retaking it. Some might not be necessarily so obvious, but say if you feel that perhaps you didn't demonstrate leadership sufficiently, what you can do is provide an additional letter of recommendation of someone who can specifically speak about your leadership qualities and experience from having observed you in such situations. Or if you're concerned that perhaps you didn't demonstrate the fit that schools find so important, the fit between your background and goals and their program, their community, their culture, then you could have an additional letter of support by a current student or alumni, someone who knows you, who knows the program, and who can speak, again, from experience about how you actually really demonstrate all the qualities that the MBA program is looking for in their candidates. So whatever additional materials or updates you choose to provide, keep in mind that it's always best to consider quality versus quantity. The waitlist situation is one where patience often pays off much better off than persistence. Best of luck.